Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well. In today's class, we'll see how we can use an HDRI as a ground in Blender. As you know, by default, when we add an HDRI to a scene, it behaves in a certain way. For example, when I pan around, the HDRI itself doesn't pan or move. It only rotates when we orbit the scene. Even if I zoom in or out, the HDRI won't zoom in or out either. And the ground that we see won't actually function as a real ground for this cube, no matter how much I move the cube downwards. It won't reach that ground or interact with it realistically. So today we'll see how we can make this ground actually work as a real ground for the cube. For that, we'll use an add-on called Lily Surface Scraper. I'll add the link in the description so you can click on it and download the add-on as a zip file. After downloading the zip file, you'll go to the Edit menu, then into Preferences, and in the Add-ons section, you'll click on Install from Disk. Then you'll navigate to the location where you saved that zip file. Select it and click Install from Disk again to install the add-on. Since I already have it installed, I'll just enable it, and you'll need to make sure that the Use Ground HDRI option is enabled. Once the add-on is installed, you'll go to the World Properties in Blender, and you'll see the Lily Surface Scraper option there. However, there will be a note saying that you need to save your file first in order to use the Lily Surface Scraper. So I'll save the file, and once it's saved, you'll see additional options appear. Blender provides us with two links to download HDRIs. I'll click on the Polyhaven HDRI link, which will take me to the Polyhaven website. From there, I'll select any HDRI I like, copy its address, and then come back and click on Import from Clipboard. So, once these options open up, you can choose the resolution you prefer for downloading the HDRI. I'm going to select 4K resolution. Since I've already used this HDRI before, you'll notice it's already downloaded and marked with a check. I'll select it and confirm by clicking OK. Now, when I switch to the render preview mode, you'll see that the HDRI is fully applied, and as I orbit around or zoom in and out, it properly behaves as an environment and a ground for the scene. You can see that it works perfectly as a ground for the cube as well. I'll go ahead and delete the cube and add a new object. To do this, I'll use the Blender Toolkit add-on. If you don't have it installed, I'll include the link in the description so you can download and install it. This add-on gives you access to many free objects, materials, and scenes that you can use in your projects. For example, if I type car and hit enter, I'll see a variety of car models. I'll choose one of the free models, since some models with a lock icon aren't free to use. I'll simply click and drag the free realistic model into my scene. So now, as you can see, the car has been imported, and I'm going to select the empty object that controls the car. I'll scale it up, and since all the other parts of the car are children of this empty object, the entire car will scale up uniformly. I'll adjust the scale to my liking and rotate it along the Z-axis. I might scale it up a bit more. And if I switch from the Eevee render engine to cycles, you'll notice we get a much more realistic result. However, you'll see that there's no shadow under the car, which makes it look less realistic. To fix that, I'll press Shift-S to snap the 3D cursor to the center of the car. Then I'll press Shift-A to add a plane, and I'll scale up that plane. When I go back into the render preview mode, you'll see a nice shadow forming under the car. But I don't actually want the plane to be visible in the final render, so I'll select the plane, go to the Object Properties, and under Visibility, I'll enable the Shadow Catcher option. This way, the plane itself is no longer visible, but the shadow remains nicely on the ground. I'll scale the plane up a bit more, and then set my camera angle by going to the view I like and pressing Ctrl-Alt+0. This moves the camera to match my current view. Once I've adjusted the camera angle and everything is set, I can render the final image. I hope today's class helped you understand how to use an HDRI as a ground in Blender. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments section. I'll see you in the next class. Until then, take care and goodbye.